it's Susan Hill, and Happy New Year. And we are leaving behind 2021, moving into 2022. I don't know for you, I'm really excited and I'm happy to leave behind the old year. I'm sure you are too. And I'm really excited for 2022. Now, I'm into numerology, so I'd like to explain really quickly. 2021, 2 plus 2 plus 1, don't count the zeros obviously, that's a 5. And 5 is all about challenges, and challenged we were in 2021. A lot of people went through some really rough times, and I mean, we all were challenged to some degree, right? Some people were health challenges, some were economic, some were relationships, and on and on. And but I think the heart of it is all about our freedoms being taken away. So bearing that in mind, moving forward into 2022, 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6. And 6 is a really good number, and it means victory after struggle. Victory, success after hardship. So as we move into 2022, the tide is going to be moving in our direction, to, helping us move along in what we want to achieve. But we can't stay the same. We can't stay the same as we were previously. We've been asked to change, grow, and evolve. So, bearing that in mind, I'd like to ask you, what part of your life, what part of you, are you stuck? Are you holding yourself back? I mean, we all have areas, right? It could be relationship challenges. It could be, our career. We aren't doing what we truly want to be doing. We're doing something that we think we have to do to make money. It could be we have the urge to go to the next level, but we're holding ourselves back. It could be health challenges where we are not supporting ourselves with what we need on a physical and emotional, mental level. There are many elements to this. Financially, are we making the money that we feel we deserve to make? Are we able to go on holidays? Are we able to nourish ourselves with vacations, with beautiful clothing, with a beautiful home, extra money to buy things and do things with and give to others, support them on their journey? There are lots of areas where we could be holding ourselves back. So I want to ask you, take some inventory of your life, and if you have a piece of paper, or you're a physical piece of paper type of person, or a device, if you want to do it that way, and take some notes and ask yourself, where am I holding myself back? Okay, so for me personally, I really want to move into my entrepreneurial path as an author. And I gotta tell you, this is kind of really cool. I'm very much into esoteric knowledge, to about my natural healing learnings and teachings and information that I've been sharing. I'm into astrology when that's helpful, but I don't allow that to hold me back when it's negative. I just recognize that it's there, and then I continue to intend and move through it, challenges. But I was told by many different very famous psychics, throughout the years, since probably the 80s, that I was going to be an author. Yeah, the 80s. I was going to be a famous author, and I would write a lot of books. And at the time, that was like, what? I always loved reading. As I was a little girl, my grandmother used to take me to the library, and I would just be immersed in all these books. I loved reading. I loved it. It was like this magical realm of stories and information. It's kind of like the internet in a way. It was just, but it's a physical thing. Books are physical, and the internet is digital. But it was just this magical world of information that had no end. And so I've always had this incredible feeling about books. And people who are authors love to read. So that's kind of like my foundation for it. And then I took a writing course with Hay House, 2016, I believe. And I was proceeding along with it. And then I got to this point where they said, you will not succeed as an author unless you have this platform of many, many thousands of followers on social media. And I was just like, what? You know, so in other words, you will never get published. You can never make it as an author unless you have an incredible following. And that just really, there's my parrot, assisted me with my resistance, right? I just was like, there's no way, I can't do this. It's just crazy. Like Reed Tracy, the CEO, because Louise Hayes is now transitioned, he basically said, you know, people write their book and they think, okay, now I'm gonna, you know, publish the book and I'm gonna become a huge success. And he said that is a major misnomer. He said you release the book and then you have to spend probably just as much time, if not more time, marketing it, right? And that just freaked me out. So I kind of put that whole authorship on hold for like a while. And now it's come back again. And I did this course about releasing limiting beliefs that we hold on to, for all different ways we get them, but we all have them. And so I did this course and I got this kind of, I don't know, psychic hit, a revelation, if you want to call it, that I was going to become a fantasy fiction author like J.R.R. Tolkien, C.S. Lewis, J.K. Rowling, right? All these authors that write these incredible stories, these incredible characters, and you really get immersed in this whole like line or lineage of story, right? So I find that fascinating, and now I'm really starting to embrace that. So for me, 2022 is about really stepping into authorship. So I'm just giving you a little bit of my backstory and explaining to you on a personal level how that fits into my life. And so I'm going to, you know, really just every day work at it a little bit, work at it a little bit. And at some point we get some momentum going. So for you, for instance, say you want to start working out and getting in better shape, right? I've already developed my workout regimen and I feel really solid in that, very, very strong in that. So I don't need to put as much into it because it's already established. But for you, that might be something that you want to start developing. So my recommendation is set your intention, write it down on a piece of paper, kind of be specific about what you want to achieve. I want to put some muscle on my body, maybe your particular areas, you want to lose body fat off the abs, build your shoulders, whatever it is for you, write it down. And then write down some ideas. It doesn't necessarily have to be right away, but as you go through your day, write down some ideas that may come to you at weird times. Like you could be driving or, obviously you got to pull over, or after you're done driving, write it down, or in the shower, think about these things and ideas will bubble up about your next steps. And it's amazing how the universe really supports us. We get help from the angels, from our ancestors, from invisible helpers, or people, or our animal friends. There's help all around us, and it's just being open and available to it. You might think I'm crazy, but this is really true. I have researched this, and this is how I live my life, and I know that we can only see a very small bit of light that comes in, yet there's a huge amount of bandwidth of light coming in that our eyes cannot pick up, but it's still there. So that's the point I'm making, is that there's so much available to us that we might not even be able yet to see or even hear. And people who are psychics or mediums are able to expand their third eye and their ability to receive the information. And you could probably do it too if you worked at it. Other areas to improve, finances, right? So we have limiting beliefs around how much money we can earn, all different things that come with it. Like, for instance, you could be the main sole breadwinner of your family, and you may feel like that's your identity. And you may feel like no one's helping you. And there could be a limiting belief like, I don't deserve help. So once we chip away at these limiting beliefs, we think differently, we act differently, and what we get back, our circumstances begin to change. Absolutely true, 100%. I did this course, and I highly recommend that you do it with Barry A.U. out of Australia. I believe his website is thevisionschool.org, and you could go there and just check it out. And he does have some free courses as well, but can't remember the ones I did now. I think it's the flow money or money flow, something like that. A few others I've got, and very, very good. And what he does is he's a kinesiologist, and he does muscle testing. And the muscle testing is a way to determine whether or not some belief that you have, or it could even be an object or a food, or a person. You could use it in many different ways, but in this way, he uses it with a thought. So he'll say a statement, and then he'll muscle test you. I don't know exactly how he does it, because he does it over the internet, but he muscle tests you to determine whether you're coming up with a stress or you're very good flow of energy. And if there's a stress, he knows that you have that limiting belief. He'll also give you positive affirmations that he can put into your field, and then you are going to take that on. And then he asks you to go about your normal day and begin to see how that's flowing in your experience. Let me tell you, it's absolutely amazing. And I've been working with him now for a while. And I would say that I'm definitely seeing big shifts. And that's how my revelation as an author came through, because before I just really I was told this, but I didn't really feel like that was really it for me. And then when I did the course, I had released something, and all of a sudden I had this epiphany that I was going to write these fantasy fiction books. So there we have it. So that's a little bit about me and my finances and my authorship and my exercise. But let's talk about you and where you need to improve. Maybe you need to have more rest. Now, that's a big one for many people, that you're just working so much and you think you got to keep going, like, striving and working so hard. And you may have a limiting belief that you have to work hard to make a living. And I had a limiting belief that said, making a living is hard, right? So when you have that, you struggle and struggle and struggle. So I just want to encourage you to set the intention for more, right? To have victory, which we make the trikona, the victory symbol with the yogic. I got my certification as a prana-vinyasa yoga teacher this year, and that was a big thing for me. And so I'm living the yogic principles as best I can with only, the minimal training. But you need to realize that you can have more. You just need to go inward and find out, what's the cause of this lack of flow in your life. And then once you can begin to stabilize that, you'll see huge changes in your life. And, this is a real process of discovery. It's not something that just happens quickly. You really have to really set the intention that you're going to make this change. There's a big level of commitment with this. You can't dabble in it, okay? It's all or nothing. And so I want to encourage you for 2022, don't listen to the doomsday people who are saying that, we're going to all, be chipped and go into this transhuman world. I mean, that is a possibility, but we don't have to go that path. The key to this, the key to stopping it, is you waking up to your own intrinsic power and activating your special talents, your special abilities, and saying fully yes to these abilities. Instead of, I don't think I can do it, I'm not sure, that's all that doubt stuff, and it's not going to yield anything. You're just going to have muddled results. But when you have a full on, I'm doing this, that's when you're going to see shifts, because you have to have enough commitment and I can't think of the word I'm trying to come up with, but anyway, you need to have a conviction so that when you're unsure or, you have a moment of instability or I'm not sure which path to go, Your conviction will carry you forward. So I guess that's it. I just want to encourage you for 2022, and also, for your animals, you may have some wonderful new things you'd like to bring forward. For me, I really want to get a beautiful home with a fenced-in yard for my dogs, and I want to have a walk-in shower for my male Doberman who refuses to get in the bathtub. He will not, he's so scared of jumping in there. So a walk-in shower will be lovely. I also want a fireplace so that if the power goes out, we have heat. And my beautiful parrot, I would love to have an aviary with a fountain and some beautiful plants and air filter, like an air doctor, so that it cleanses the air for him. A real beautiful and harmonious nature-like environment for him where he's safe, and some piped in music where he can really enjoy himself and climb and play, because right now he doesn't have that. So those are some things for me and my animals, and just some suggestions that you might want to dream a little bit for yourself and your new 2022, because it is going to be really good. Now, it may be a little bit rocky at first. We're going to go through some turbulence. Then on the other side of that, it's going to be awesome. So stay strong. Hold the vision. I want you to visualize and envision what you want for your life, because you are the creator of your life. And we're going to leave behind victimhood in 2022. No more victimhood. We're standing strong together. We're uniting, holding hands as brothers and sisters of the world together. And we will become victorious over the tyranny. Peace and richest blessings to you and your family for 2022. Bye-bye.